Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Raven. We're in Kentucky Zone 7A, and we are actually going to be in the kitchen today, you guys. We're going to make a few things. The first few things on the list, one, we're making apple butter. All right, y'all, the first thing you're going to want to do is have you about 3 pounds of apples. This is 3 pounds and 12 ounces of apples. I have let them sit in here to go room temperature. Literally, I'm about to show you everything I do to prep them, because a lot of people sit here and take the skins off of them. I do not. They're going to slow cook for like 10 hours. So that's where a lot of the nutrients holds itself in the apple. So we're going to keep that on, but I'm going to show you how we cut it up, and we'll just be good to go then. Is it just me, or every time you get in the kitchen, do you feel like a chef? Like, I remember growing up watching Food Network, y'all. And so me doing certain things in the kitchen, especially now recording with you all, is a childhood dream that I used to always want, which is to cook for people. The way I seen Emerald Lagasse do it, the way I seen Ina do it, the way I sat here and seen Down Home Cooking with the Nillies, you know, the way I seen Rachel Ray, the way I seen Sarah Lee. Like, y'all, the way I seen Miss Pioneer Woman. Girl, why can't I think of your name right now? I don't know. I love you, girl, but I cannot think of your name right now. But y'all, we're just dicing these up, because again, all of this is going to cook down, and just putting them into small cubes. And we're going to be good to go with these, okay? So I'm going to continue to cut these apples, y'all. Now for the cores, we're actually going to keep those. We're going to make another thing with those that I didn't mention. But let's get these apples cut up, and then we'll be good to go. Y'all, we got everything ready. So we do need to add a few things. The first thing we need to add is cinnamon. Teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. And really, you see I'm doing heapings, so a little more than that. We're actually going to do 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. I would add cloves, but y'all, my cloves are whole, so I'm not doing that. We're doing just 2 splashes, 1, 2 of vanilla extract. I'm then trying to do 2 tablespoons. 1, 2 of molasses, because my brown sugar is definitely getting low. And then we are going to do 1.5 cups of cane sugar. And we're doing 1.5 cups because the 1/2 cup is going to be for the brown sugar portion with the molasses, and then the cup of cane sugar itself. We're going to mix this up, put it in the crock pot. We're actually going to put it on high. It'll cook for about 5 hours. If you want to do it all slow and long, though, you can do it on low for 10 hours, and then we'll come back. I just want to give y'all a quick update on the apple butter. The apples are still cooking down. They've been in here for 2 hours. Now, all of this liquid is not from the apples. Maybe only a portion of it is. I did have a jar of pears that I canned last year that I actually just finished. And because I didn't want to sacrifice putting pears in here, one did fall in here, a little slither. But y'all, I put all the juice of the pears in here because I've seen that some people put pears in their apple butter. And so I'm really excited. This has about maybe 3 more hours left. And then we're able to use the immersion blender. And we're going to see what it looks like after that. If it's too thin, we're going to let it cook down some more. But as you can see, we're letting it cook down a lot. And it's just not there yet. But when it is, these skins are going to be fine. Alright, y'all, this is what the apples are looking like now. I'm sorry if you end up hearing people's live as I am listening to the hurricane. But we're going to go ahead and use the immersion blender on this. And I'll show you what it looks like. It's been cooking for 6.5 hours. I'm sorry, 4.5 hours. Almost 5. It's here. I'm gonna let it cook down a little bit. I want it a little bit thicker. It'll thicken some when it cools off. But it tastes amazing. I was down to my last pint. Hey y'all, so I did go ahead and jar up the apple butter. We got 3 pints and a half of a pint as well. The half pint is going in the fridge. The other 3 pints will go in the fridge for time being before I get everything processed, because we're going to do a huge processing day tomorrow. But it's going to get processed and be downstairs with the other pint that I have downstairs. Now y'all, for the apple cores, we're going to try to attempt to make this apple jelly. And I am actually going to be using the Certo liquid fruit pectin. So I'm doing a mix of the Certo recipe for apples as well as one that I found on Pinterest, and we're gonna see how it comes out. Alright y'all, so to go ahead and get this apple jelly started, they did say to go ahead and get the scraps of your apples, and that's what we have. Now if you want to make apple butter without the skin peels, you know, you can sit here and add that in here as well. But you're gonna want to add all of this to a pot. And then you're going to want to add 5 cups of water. I got 4 cups already in here. I'm adding my 5th cup now. We're going to turn it on a medium high. We're going to let it boil for 40 minutes. We should have, 40 for 30 minutes. Then after that, we should have around 4 cups of this apple juice, basically. And from there, we will get into making the jelly. Hey y'all, so the apple butter and everything is jarred up and it is sitting over here. Now in the fridge we also have some blackberry jam, some strawberry jam, and we're going to make some raspberry jam here soon. So this video is going to come out super late. We also have some sofrito and the salsa. Finally getting those jarred up and canned and processed, and a whole thing of bell peppers, banana peppers, and then a few jalapenos in here, so it'll be just a tad bit spicy. We're about to make pickles with English cucumbers, which is why I turned this on for y'all. So we're using old pickle jars. Alright y'all, so I did go ahead and pour the pickle juice into here. I am going to use the same brine because I don't want to make a brine when I still got the juice. What I'm doing is putting 2 of these cloves into here. The garlic video, this is the garlic, okay? From that garlic video, the pieces that I said we would just use for something because they're so small, that's what these are. Alright, and then I got this waffle-like cutter. It's a wedge cutter from Temu. I use it for my potatoes. You can tell it's definitely from Temu from the way it's already looking. I got it this year. But we're going to use this to cut up the pickles and then jar them up. Hopefully 1 cucumber per thing, but we'll see. If y'all wondering when exactly I'm doing this, this is the day after my grocery haul video. And then I can just edit that out. And we're literally just gonna make cuts. And this is what they're looking like. Looking like classic pickles, if I do say so myself. And I chose an English cucumber because I don't want it to get soft. I feel like it should stay crispy, but I don't know. But you cut it as thin or as thick as you want it because of how thin I want it. I feel like one is gonna fill up a whole jar. Remind me to remind y'all in about a month what these taste like, if they last that long. Whenever we use them. Let's say that. Next year, hopefully I get some cucumbers and I'll be able to actually sit here and make some from the cucumbers we grew. But yeah, this fills up almost the whole jar like I was hoping, which is a great thing. Yes. Now, unfortunately, I do not have a lot of dill, so I'm growing that this fall. I'm gonna put a few peppercorns in here. Just a few. That garlic, and this is all the dill I got, y'all. So sad, so pathetic. It's better than nothing. We're gonna put a sprig in there, just a sprig like that. I love dill. Like, I like to make dill flavored potatoes when you twice bake them. Oh my gosh, so freaking good, so freaking good. And then we're just gonna pour the liquid in here just to fill it up. All right, and that's more than enough. It should be. And then boom, they gonna pickle, and that's it. And they going in the fridge. Y'all just seen me sit here and package up this last one. I ran short of some juice, so I just put water and vinegar in here. I'm gonna shake it up. Oh, this should be so good. And in the fridge it goes. Prior video, I did get some more apples, so we're gonna be making some more apple juice, so we can finish the apple jelly. And then I'm about to cut these apples up so that we can sit here and also make some applesauce, y'all. I'm gonna peel and cut up the apples. Y'all gonna be on a time lapse, and then we'll come back because I'm gonna show you how we're gonna get the apples sauce started. Okay, y'all, so these apples are Ohio apples, and so they're just a bordering state of ours. These are Gala and also Red Delicious apples. We're going to use a few of these for applesauce. We're going to use the scraps and the cores to make more apple juice, so we'll make apple jelly. But then we're also going to use some of these to make apple pie filling. I want to do at least 2 cans of apple pie filling. Over here I have what I call my Jamarel bowl, and that's where we're going to put the apples. There's lemon juice and some water in there because you saw there was a lot of apples I got to go through, so we don't want them browning, okay? Especially not for the apple pie. We're going to slice them just like that. Cores going here. The apple slices are going in here. The ones that are going to be for applesauce are going to be way bigger, so I'm not worried about how big these are. The ones for the applesauce, for the apple pie filling, I'll probably actually cut that myself. But right now, we're getting enough for the applesauce, okay? Y'all, what I'm going to do to prevent the cores and the peels from going brown, I'm going to go ahead and set it in about 5 cups of water as well, and go ahead and put this on the stove. One we made from the other day. So we're going to go ahead and put that back in there. But we're also going to add another 5 cups of water, y'all. And I did get the crock pot out. But yeah, let me go ahead and finish doing this, and I'll see you in a second. Y'all, this is cup 11 or 12. Next, we're going to do a half a cup of sugar. We're going to do a cup of water, half a teaspoon of cinnamon. That is way more than half a teaspoon, y'all. And then a tablespoon of lemon juice. We're going to leave this in the crock pot for 3 hours on high. When we come back, we'll blend it all together and it'll be the applesauce. These scraps, these are the last of it. It took about an apple per cup. They're going to go ahead and go in that pot, let it go to a boil, and we'll come back. Y'all, the very last thing is I cut up 8 apples, thinly sliced them, because we're about to go ahead and make the filling for the apple pies. Now, this is 8 apples, so it's about 8 cups of apples. So 4 cups is going to go into each jar. We're going to go ahead and put this on the stove. Alright, y'all, over here we're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. We're then going to add our apples. Adding a cup of brown sugar. Then 1 cup of sugar. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do use cane sugar. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. And we're going to let this smelt down and cook some. Just a little bit, not too much. Just to reduce it a little bit down. Once it's reduced, we'll come back. We'll add our cornstarch slurry, which is going to thicken things up. And then we'll be able to jar it up. Y'all, with mixing this so I don't crush up the apples, I'm literally just picking it up and folding it over. Now I'm going to put a lid on here to let this steam out some because the butter's still not exactly melted and I need these to not be so crispy. We're going to let it steam for about 10 minutes, y'all. Alright, y'all, the apples are soft and they're translucent. You can sit here and see how pliable they are. They're just real flimsy, just how you want it. I put this on low real quick because I did just break my measuring cup on accident. But anywho, so you're going to get a half a cup of water and you're going to get a tablespoon of cornstarch. You're going to put it in your water. Of course, you're going to get a lid and shake it up. Shake, 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 shake. Shake it up now. Shake it up now. And pour it on in here. Now we're going to turn this back up to where I had it on, which was medium-high heat. We're going to let this boil and let this thicken. I'll show you in a second what it looks like when it's thickened up, alright? Alright, the first round of the tomato products are finished. When you're opening this, make sure to always open the lid away from you. We're going to go ahead and take it out. It's going to sit out overnight to seal. And then our next products are going in. The last thing I need to add to this is 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Now, for the canning book that I had, it did say to add clear gel. I don't have any, so I'm not going to add any. This is just going to be it. Once it cools down, it should begin to thicken. We're going to let this cook for about another minute, it said, with the lemon juice. And then we're going to be able to jar this up. We're going to see. I'm looking for hopefully 2 quarts, but we'll see. Alright, y'all, and just like that, this is done. Let's go ahead and jar it up. Remember, we used about 8 cups of apples because each apple was about a cup itself. So, we'll see. This is definitely not going to be 2 quarts immediately, no. Alright, y'all, so it's fine. We're only getting 1 quart. That's fine. That means we can make about 1 pie. I'm okay with that. I'm actually going to put this on just not too long. This is going to process for 25 minutes. The apple butter should process, I believe, for 25 to 35 minutes as well. Y'all, quick side note, I did just go ahead and bring out the peppers. I also took out the chicken broth because apparently, upon further research, you have to pressure can those. So I'm probably either going to pressure can them, or I'm probably going to just put them in their own individual freezer bags and just freeze them like that. These are 5 minutes. So we're going to put these right next to each other. We're going to put the pasta at the bottom. The pasta. We're going to put the tomato stuff right at the bottom. We're going to do the filling last. So let's get these in here. 25 minutes and counting. Y'all, one of the saddest things just happened. My apple butter jar broke. My water's dirty. I got 1 pint downstairs, but now I only got 3 pints in total, plus a half pint that's in the fridge. That's really sad. It's like all your hard work goes to waste from you to... I'm just grateful it was an easy way of making the apple butter. I'm a little sad now. But anywho, we're going to go ahead and clean this pan. And we're going to get ready to make our raspberry jam, okay? Alright, y'all, for the raspberry jam, I got 3 cups of raspberries right here. I don't have any of the powdered fruit pectin. I still got the Certo liquid pectin. So we're going to use this. The recipe calls for 4 cups, but I'm just going to third everything. So I'll have 3 cups of this. Then it asks for 1 pouch of Certo, 4 cups of sugar, which I'll turn to 3, and then 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. I'm really debating on if I'm gonna do that actually, y'all, because what I'm thinking about doing, since I have 3 cups of raspberries, I may do this raspberry peach one, and then I can still use this Certo. So yeah, we're gonna crush this up. That's gonna go into 1.5 cups of crushed raspberries. I'm going to finely chop the peaches. Yep, I'm going to get 1 pound of peaches because I do have peaches. Alright, I just want to show you I do have the sugar in here with the peaches and the raspberries. I think this combination is so stinking cute, y'all. I haven't realized yet we don't waste much of anything, so we will keep these scraps of the peaches and the cores. We're going to put it in the freezer because eventually we're going to be able to have enough peaches, especially after the other 2 that I used. And we're probably going to make about 1 jar, maybe 2, maybe 4. It depends. I may just save them up until next year. But we're going to make jam out of these, okay? Yep, that's what I did last year. I still got 2 half pints of them. Alright, y'all. I DK about you, but I feel like we got a lot of moving parts going on. And so we are at the 3-hour mark. We're actually a little over the 3-hour mark. Since these have been in here, we're going to go ahead and use the immersion blender and blend up this applesauce, y'all. All I have is like quart jars left, so that's what I'm going to be using to fill up with this applesauce. We're going to see how many quarts we're able to get. It looks like I'm probably going to get 2 quarts, which is fine with me. That just means I don't have to go get it from the store, so I'm okay with that. Maybe next time I want to experiment with doing a strawberry applesauce, because if factories can do it, I can figure it out and do it too. Okay? But I'm sure it's just adding strawberries in here to let them slow cook with it. We're going to get exactly... Well, we're not going to get exactly. We'll see. We may get exactly 2 quarts. Yeah, this is for me and my niece. Y'all, real quickly, my niece is super young. I'm going to put these in pints. I'll do 1 full quart and then I'll probably put these in pints. 4 jars of applesauce. We're good to go on that. I just added the last 2 cups of sugar in here because it does say do not substitute or take out any sugar or it will not set properly. I do not mind that these are chunky pieces like this because this is exactly how we're going to can it. Exactly like this. I want it to taste like there's fruit in there on top of you seeing, oh, there's fruit in here. I think this is such a pretty color. Such a pretty color. All right, everything is mixed up and mellowed together. We are going to go ahead and add in this pectin, and we're going to stir it quickly. Let it boil for 1 minute, 60 seconds. And then it is time to jar. It's time to can, jar all of this up. Okay. This is going to start working fast. This is it. Now I'm going to make sure to get all of this out. And it says to process this for 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes if it's a jelly, 10 minutes if it's a jam. With my elevation in the cookbook that I have from the agricultural peeps, we're going to do it 15 minutes just to be safe. So it did stop boiling, of course, because we just added something into this. So we got to let it bring back up to a boil, and then we'll let it boil for literally 1 full minute. Now while we're getting this to go back to a full boil for 1 minute, we got this apple juice right here that we're about to strain so we can make some apple jelly. And just like that, it is boiling, so we are going to go ahead and turn the heat off and immediately start filling these up. And I'm holding it by the top rim because we're going to use a 4th quarter of headspace. A quarter headspace. Yes, yes. I don't know how many of these it'll fill up, but I got 6 out just in case, but I think I may get to 3, maybe. We'll see. This is going to be so good. Looks like we may get, yeah, we'll get to 2.5. Alright, we're going to use a rubber spatula and get the rest of it out. So we're actually going to get 3 pints. It's not at the headspace ask though. That's the only thing. So it may, so it's not at the Headspace ask, so I'm going to end up putting this type of lid on it. Because it's just going to have to go in the fridge. I don't want to risk it. But we got 2 pints of the strawberry peach jam. I'm sorry, of the raspberry peach jam. And I'm going to say that is delicious. We're about to go ahead and get started on this apple jelly. And then we're going to be done, y'all. Alright, y'all. We need 7.5 cups of sugar. That's so much sugar. So we're going to do 15 of these half a cups. 1, 2, 3. 14. Y'all, we are exactly at 15. That is crazy. We're going to do it a little extra because some of these are chunks. 15. Alright, 7.5 cups. And then we're going to need 5.5 cups of apple juice. And remember, like I told y'all, I literally just broke my measuring thing. So I'm going to use a quart jar instead because it goes up to 3 cups. Alright, 3 cups. I think that pot's too small. I think the pot's way too small. Oh my goodness. I didn't want to take any chances, so we got a big pot, okay? A big pot, a big pot. We're going to make sure all of this sugar comes from over here into this other pot. We're going to wipe the edges. We got 3 cups in here with sugar. And y'all don't have to do this process of the apples with me the way I did it. You can just use apple juice if you would like. I just don't want to sit here and waste any piece of the apples that we have. So we need 2 more cups. Alright, we got the 2 cups. We're going to turn this on medium-high heat. Let it come to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, we will then go ahead and add the Certo in. So yeah, let's get it to a boil. There's sugar in there that needs to dissolve. And then we'll be back. Y'all, it is boiling. Adding the Certo. Let it boil for 1 minute. Alright, y'all, everything is boiling. We're going to go ahead and get these jarred up. Y'all, let's chit chat real quick at the simple fact of this was my very first time ever making apple jelly. Y'all, I was on Pinterest looking at other ways to sit here and preserve apples, and this was one of the options that truly shocked me. One thing I love about our internet is being able to see different recipes that people use and create. I believe I mentioned this in a different video already, but y'all, I love being able to see different little things that people make. And it sounds very intriguing, very interesting to do. So let me say, this apple jelly actually turned out really nicely, y'all. Now I would say 100% I would not want to use the 7.5 cups of sugar ever again. I mean, it'll suffice for now, especially to go on some toast and stuff like that. I think that'll be really good. But in the future, I do not want to do 7.5 cups. I'm so grateful that I did use the last of those peels and scraps to sit here and add more of an apple flavor. I feel like it's not pungent, like punch in your face apple. Um, but like once you're tasting it, once it's on your tongue and stuff like that, once you get past like the sugar, because I do feel like it's sweet. I feel like it's overly sweet if I'm gonna be honest with you. But once you get past that, all you taste is the apple, and I really truly love the richness of that. I like sweet things, but I'm not an overly sweet eating type of person. Um, so far, it's the next day. Everything hasn't set up just yet. Of course, I know it takes a little while. So I'm going to keep an eye on this just to make sure everything sets up properly as it should. And that's all we can hope for, honestly. You know? If not, it'll just be an apple syrup because we'll condense it down. But you guys, I hope you all so far have enjoyed this video. We got a lot of things accomplished, a lot of things done, a lot more than I intended on doing in this video. However, I knew I needed to go ahead and get some of these things preserved, being that I had them all in the home and I knew that I had plans for them. So, what better time to do it than now? For that chicken stock in the background, I did go ahead and actually use two of those for dinner tonight because I ended up cooking green chicken enchiladas. And so that turned out really good with using that one for the rice and two using it to cook the chicken breast itself in there. You all seen earlier in the video, I had chicken sitting in the sink because I'll be doing a breakdown video with you all. And then that other one I just put in a quart size bag, freezer bag, and just froze it. And moving forward, I think that's what I'm going to do with the chicken stock is I'll freeze it until I actually get comfortable with doing the pressure canner. So if y'all have any tips or tricks for doing pressure canning, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you. Right, y'all, and just like that, we are completed with everything to be canned. So we do have a strawberry jam of a half pint. We got 3 half pints of blackberry jam. We have a quart of apple pie filling, you guys. We got our crushed tomatoes, our diced tomatoes, our sofrito, and our salsa. We got a quart of peppers, banana peppers that is. We got our apple butter, our apple jelly, our applesauce, and our raspberry peach jam. You guys, thank you for joining me in the kitchen. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. God bless you. Bye.